Mornings with Jaresha is a radio show and podcast here to equip, empower, and elevate you to the next level by helping you win your mornings and win your day with inspiration and motivation so you can wake, slay, pray, and take action. Today is a fabulous day to be great, have great, and do great. You just have to be willing to unleash your greatness and take action. This show is for everyone from all walks of life who just simply want to feel empowered and motivated to take the next step. Now, let's get it, let's go. Mornings with Jaresha begins now.
Welcome and welcome back to the Mornings with Jaresha show. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here, to be able to give you some updates, to share all of the things that has been just happening, and just to really be back and say, welcome. What I tell you, just to be able to start off the show with the welcome and welcome back. And you're probably thinking, welcome and welcome back to me. Yes, yes, I have talked about on this show several episodes about, life out here, lifing, and how there's been a lot going on as far as with my daughter and getting ready for college and all of that too. And so it's all been good stuff, so much good stuff. So I know that if you are listening out there and you have a child in college that has maybe finished high school or going into college, then you get it. You know that there's so much there's just I'm just going to leave it there. There's a lot. It's all good stuff with the, getting ready, buying the things, getting ready. It's a lot of stuff. And although I've done this now, this makes my third time. However, this is my oldest daughter. So this is my first girl that's going through this process. And if I'm going to be honest, y'all, it's a little different. It's a little different. It's a little longer, lengthier process. It's a lot more to it. So there's so many layers, but it's all good stuff. She's finally moved in. I'm so excited for this journey for her. I've been excited for this journey for her, and we are just navigating this whole idea and process of having three in college. Yes. Good stuff, but it's just one of those things. And again, if you have kids in college, then you understand and you just know. But it's been good stuff. So during this time, I celebrated another birthday, and which brings me to what we're really going to dive in for today's show, in talking about just embracing this whole idea of becoming her. So I took you guys on the journey with me last year with talking about what I really wanted to do different as far as my birthday and the birthday theme with this whole thing of becoming her. And if you haven't listened to Empower Hour with Jaresha, I actually talk about that journey on Empower Hour with Jaresha show, and just the things that I learned, my reflection of becoming her as it relates to this new birthday, this new chapter. And I had to think about some things. The first thought was, okay, this whole reflection of this journey, it was an up and down. It was a roller coaster. The second thing was, what am I going to do this year? Am I going to have a different theme? So there were so many different things going through my mind. But let me tell you, I decided to continue my journey of becoming her because it just made sense. When I tell you, it made so much sense. And so that's what I talk about on the last episode of Empower Hour with Jaresha. So make sure you check it out. Listen to it. Today is not going to be a repeat of some of the things that I talk about, but I'm gonna, share just a few things. But before I jump into that, though, I'm never gonna forget about this breakfast breakdown. But let me just say this too. So before I even jump into the embracing this new chapter of becoming her or the breakfast breakdown, if this is your first time tuning into the Mornings with Jaresha show, when I tell you, I say welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited that you're here. I truly just want to share with you the why behind the Mornings with Jaresha show. This show is all about helping you feel empowered. I want you to feel equipped, empowered, and really truly elevate to the next level. And so on this show, as I mentioned, there's a a breakfast breakdown. And I'm going to tell you what that is in a minute. But this show is truly, truly about recognizing that you are truly amazing. You are created for greatness. And I want you to win your mornings and win your day with inspiration and motivation. You heard my intro, right? It's all about that. And not just that, but when you show up and listen to the show, I talk about getting ready and making sure you are executing on your goals, your dreams, and walking into your purpose. That is when I tell you, that is what you're going to get from tuning into this show each and every week. So this breakfast breakdown, it was something that it was an idea that I came up with, that I felt like I wanted to be able to really dive into a few different things that I felt like was really, empowering me. And so when I started doing this breakfast breakdown, which is just the first part of the show, it was truly not just geared for you all but also for myself. And so as I share that, you think about your own three things: that one, you're loving; that two, that you're learning; and then three is that's really helping you feel empowered. And with that, the breakfast breakdown is all about really being intentional about those three things. So today I am going to share my breakfast breakdown for today, which is what I'm loving, what I'm learning, and what I'm feeling empowered about. And let me just say, what I am loving is, and you've heard me talk about this before, but is the fact of how important it is to have a morning routine. I absolutely love routines. Now, hear me out, because not everybody feels this way. You may be listening and thinking, what? But I do. I love the idea of starting each day with mindfulness. And I'll tell you, it has truly transformed my mornings. And again, I've talked about this on the show too. So for me, whether it's, waking up and having a glass of tea, or, my beverage of choice is coffee, it's a matter of taking a few minutes of meditation and enjoying the quiet moments of journaling. And I'll tell you, not just journaling, but also listening to my devotion and diving into prayer. It has really helped center my thoughts and really energize me for the task that I have for the rest of the day. So, all of the above helps really set a positive tone for it has helped set a positive tone for me for the rest of the day. Now, I don't know how you feel about your morning routine, whether you have one, whether you're still trying to figure that out. And I'm going to tell you, if you are on either side of that, it's okay, right? It's okay. Just don't stay in that figuring it out mode, right? Like I'm still trying to figure out my morning routine. You don't want to stay in the figuring it out mode with anything. So try a couple things and see if it works for you, and then keep it. If it's one of those things that you're like, yes, I love this idea of waking up 5 o'clock in the morning every single day, try it out. And if it's your thing, if it's your jam, then guess what? Keep doing it. Not everything is going to work for everybody. And that's one of the things that I've truly learned and just in my journey. However, for me, this morning routine thing has been, I mean, it literally has been a part of my life for years upon years. When I recognized that, it was one of those things that I recognized that successful people, your millionaires, your billionaires, they wake up in the morning and it's about intention every single morning. It's not just, I'm going to wake up and just go with the flow of things. No, 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 and no. It's about having a plan for your day and making sure you're being intentional. So I'm absolutely loving this idea of a morning routine, and more specifically, my morning routine. Now, I've switched it up, changed it up. I've done all kinds of changes with my morning routines over the years, even in the course of the last month, because of, trying to get myself and my daughter together for college. And in case you like, what, yourself and your daughter? Yes, I meant exactly what I said. But even in the midst of that, I still love having a morning routine. And it's been truly amazing because I've been able to share that with my daughter, with my kids, and how important it is to really set the tone for the rest of your day. So that's what I'm loving, what I am learning. And, when you think about your own morning breakfast, breakfast breakdown, don't be surprised if several of the things like come back full circle. So, what I'm learning, this is one of the things that has come back full circle. It often is what I'm learning, and that is the power of gratitude. Now, when I tell you, just going through the last several months and reflecting and looking at having three kids in college, and it just it's just a whole nother level of, I'm so blessed, I'm so thankful, because if you don't know my story, I was a single mom. I was a single mom out here, really just struggling and going through challenge after challenge, and made a difference, made a decision to do something different and not say, you know what, I'm gonna continue down this path. But I made a decision with each one of my kids not to allow society to box me in or keep me in this box. And I was going to do something different. And so when I reflect back and think about having, just one, my oldest child going into college, and then my next oldest, and now, my having three kids in college, I'm truly grateful. I'm so grateful. And when you practice and understand the power of, gratitude, you just have to take that moment and just sit in it and say, wow, I'm truly blessed. I'm so very thankful. And so for me, that means writing things out, journaling, and really sometimes just, how I know we're busy, but taking that time to sit down and really reflect on everything. Now, again, this goes back to my morning routine, but having that time that you build in within your schedule just to reflect on all the things that you're grateful for. And it's okay to pull out your notebook or your phone. There has been plenty of times that I may pull out my phone and, go to my notes app on my iPhone and just really reflect on there. It truly is an amazing practice to add to your life because it helps you shift your perspective. It helps you really focus on abundance and cultivate a positive outlook on life. So I'm really excited to continue learning how gratitude can enhance my well-being, my overall well-being, and really strengthen my resilience. It's a really powerful thing. It really is. It's so very powerful. So that's what I'm learning, and I'm embracing, and I'm loving. I'm learning and loving it. And then what's really making me feel empowered is really embracing this idea of vulnerability. So I am feeling empowered by embracing that vulnerable side and sharing who I am. So my authentic self with others. This for me involves like stepping outside of my comfort zone and opening up about my experiences, those challenges and dreams that has helped me really not just strengthen my connection with others, but it has allowed me to see the beauty in some of the same experiences that we have gone through. So just recently I went to a conference, and it was an amazing conference. It was a women's conference, and connected with so many amazing people who, again, it's that embracing vulnerability and being able to share some of the challenges, your experiences, and recognizing that you may not be the only one in that space, that someone else can identify and relate. And and when you find that person or those people, literally, like, these are my people, like, these are my people. And that's what I felt like. I really felt like I just, and if that's all I'm going to say. Like, if if you don't know, then understand that it's so important to be you, to be you. And I'm not saying we just go around here and just really just sharing any and everything with anyone that we meet, but I feel like, when you've connected with someone and you feel open enough to share some of those challenges. And because of what I do and how I empower other people, I had to learn years ago how the things that I've struggled with, the challenges that I've had, my story is not meant for me to just keep it in. It is meant for me to share with others, because guess what? It is going to help someone. It's going to help someone feel empowered. It's going to heal someone. It is going to help someone. So I encourage you to really embrace your own vulnerability and what that looks like. Because vulnerability is not a weakness. It is a source of strength that really fosters deeper relationships and inspires others to really step into their truth. And I love it. I love it. It's so great how all three of these things really cross the love it, learning, and feeling empowered. And most of the time that's what it is. So if you are thinking, you know what, I love this idea of just, the breakfast breakdown, and I love to have my own breakdown, or maybe it's a lunch breakdown or a dinner breakdown for you. Whatever works for you, I say, run with it, go with it, do it, but just make sure you're reflecting and thinking about those things. And what it does is, because this is something that I do on a day-to-day basis, it really helps me to really reflect on those things every single day and be intentional about what am I going to learn and love today, and what really makes me feel empowered. So it's good stuff. It's really, really good stuff, y'all. It's really great stuff. So I really think that this breakfast breakdown, it is a reminder for us each and every day that offers a new opportunity to love what we do, to learn something that is transformative, and then really feel empowered as we walk through our unique paths. So when I tell you, join me on this breakfast breakdown. Pull out your notebook every morning and do your own breakfast breakdown so we can continue really to embrace our journeys together and inspire each other along the way. So I'm extremely excited. I took a little bit of time to jump into the breakfast breakdown because it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit, but it's all good stuff. And now it's really time for me to share just a little bit of this embracing the new chapter of becoming her and what that looks like, or just becoming. So if you're listening and you're like, you know what, I'm not trying to become her, I'm trying to become him, then it's becoming. It's your chapter of becoming, just becoming, period. Let's just leave it there. So for me, it is all about embracing the new chapter because last year, like I mentioned, I said, this is a thing. This is a thing, and I'm loving it. I am going to be intentional about this thing. So for me, it was a whole process. It was a process. It wasn't just saying, you know what, my new theme is going to be this, and then, just leaving it at that. No, 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 no. It was all about saying, okay, this is what I'm walking into. What does this really mean? Because when you speak something, you really have to walk into that thing. And I think that's one of the things that we do that we don't do, when we struggle with being motivated and struggle with all these different things that we're not disciplined about, is we speak it, and then our behaviors, our actions do not align with it. And so I didn't want that for my life. I didn't want it for the previous chapter. I really wanted to be able to walk into that thing each and every day. And when I tell you, I already said life was lifing, but when I tell you the up and downs, the roller coaster, oh my goodness, it was like the fact that I even said, you know what, I am walking into becoming her, the highest version of Jaresha. It was the fact that I said that everything that could come my way as far as challenges to try to slap me, to try to punch me in the face, it's just like everything that could come to really try to test that came in. And when I tell you that, because of the fact that I went through and say, you know what, this is how I'm defining becoming her, this is what this new journey looks like for me, there were times that I had to check myself. Now, I've talked about on this show, how we have to issue checks. And I'm not talking about the checks that you can cash, I'm talking about the check that you have to evaluate and say, Am I practicing behaviors, and are my actions lining up with what I say as who becoming her is? And when I tell you, I had to issue some checks to myself. I had to really dive into that thing deep, and really be completely honest with myself and say, you know what, Teresa, this is not this is not a behavior. This is not an action. This is not lining up with you saying that you are walking into the highest version of yourself. This is not a becoming her character. This is not a becoming her trait. This is not a becoming her habit. I had to really check myself several times. And I'm so happy that I did, because it allowed me to then look at it and say, you know what? How am I going to respond to this? I can choose to go the high road of becoming, really stepping into the highest version of Jaresha and not feeling, as I say, being unbothered, or I can allow this to mess up my whole entire day, my whole morning, my whole entire week, my whole month. And I chose to show up as who I said I was going to be. And that's becoming her, becoming the highest version of me. But let me tell y'all again, if it wasn't for, I think back to this thing, if it wasn't for actually sitting down and writing out what I felt like defined who becoming her was for me and what I truly wanted to be. So I referred to that several times throughout this journey. I had to. I truly, truly had to. Because if I didn't have that, like that blueprint for what becoming her was, then I would have responded to so many different things that in a way that I really, truly, it would have been different if I hadn't defined what this whole journey was going to look like for me. So let me just jump into just a few points of um, how I'm embracing this new chapter of becoming her. And when I tell you I'm embracing, I'm loving this chapter of becoming her even more so than I did last year because I'm a year in. And when you have gone through experiences, you just get wiser, you get stronger. So each year, as I'm stepping into this becoming her and what that looks like, I feel like I'm becoming stronger in who I am and who I am and how I want to show up to the world. And mind you, when I say show up to the world, it is not just me showing up to, for you all, showing up on my other shows, showing up for the platform and the show owners that are on my platform, showing up for my clients, showing up in all the areas of business, but showing up for my kids, showing up for everyone that is watching you. That's what that means. That's what that is. At least that's what that means to me. So I want to give you a few different points today on this embracing, becoming, this new chapter of embracing. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful, y'all, just to be able to say, I sit here right now and I can embrace a new chapter. Like there's still an opportunity for me to show up and, to shine and let my greatness be seen amongst everyone that I come in contact with. So again, that's not just you. That is whoever I come in contact with at the store, whoever I come in contact with as I'm waiting in the Starbucks line, whoever I come in contact with if as I pass going into my office. It is an opportunity to show up. The other day it was such a great experience, and I promise I'm going to get to these 3 points, but it was such a great experience. I went out to dinner, and before I went out to dinner, you know how we do as women, we try to figure out what we're going to wear. When I tell you, I probably changed my outfit about 3 or 4 times, and here's what I'm going to say about that. The first outfit that we normally, decide that we're going to wear, we this happens to me so many times, and I'm sure you can, really relate. The first outfit that I laid out that I tried on, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear this, and then I put it on, and I was like, I don't know if I want to wear this. Took it off, put another outfit on, and then decided, I don't know if I want to wear this, took it off and put another outfit on. And then I decided to go back to the first outfit that I was going to wear, anyways. So I say this because I know you get what I'm saying. I know that I'm not the only one out here that has done that, and you end up going with the outfit that you were going to wear anyhow. So when I was here at the house, went through this whole thing as far as what I was going to wear, and looked at myself, and I was like, like at first I was like, I don't know if I like this outfit because it wasn't a typical dress that I normally, wear. But I'm happy that I did. I'm happy that I said, you know what? I'm going to wear it. I'm going to rock it. I feel good. I feel good about me. I'm confident about who I am. And so even put on some heels to go with this outfit. So, we went out and enjoyed dinner. And when I tell you, had some great conversations with some amazing people simply because of the dress that I had on. So, great conversations that started with, "Oh my gosh, I love your dress." When I tell you, simply amazing, simply amazing. And I don't want to get too far off, but that was just truly, truly an amazing time. And it was just one of those moments that we have to be willing to embrace. And when I on being on this new chapter, and just loving and looking for those opportunities to be able to connect. And I think about what would have happened if I had to put on the other dress. Now, mind you, all of the dresses were fly. They were fabulous. Okay. All of the dresses were very, very nice. However, that particular dress, it prompted conversations with people that I didn't even know. It prompted laughs with people. It prompted, just being able to enjoy the night even more so because of the fact that people, they noticed me as I, walked in, and it was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your dress." Which then I'm not going to just say thank you and keep it moving. No, that's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to really engage in conversation and, not just say thank you, but, perhaps even learn more about that person or share. Like the woman that I had talked to, we both got she got her outfit from the same store that I got mine, and we both talked about how fabulous we were. So it's just those opportunities that come our way. But as I am really navigating this journey with confidence, resilience, and purpose, I want to give you three key points about embracing becoming, the new chapter of becoming. Now, again, I don't know when your birthday is, if you're, wanting to do this as a part of your birthday, or you're just like, you know what, I'm going to walk into this chapter of becoming because I love the idea of becoming. And that's what I'm going to do. Guess what? You can do that. You can do that. And so, three different points I'm going to give you on me embracing this new chapter. And the first one is I am embracing the idea of self acceptance and what that really looks like. So I think it's so very important for us to acknowledge where we are right now. Acknowledge where you are, celebrate your accomplishments, and recognize your strengths. So, one of the things that I know, and I'm sure you know as well, is that we often are our own worst critics, right? Like, we are the worst when it comes down to ourselves, the absolute worst. But this idea of self acceptance allows us to really kind of silence that negative inner voice and that negative narrative, and cultivate a kinder and more supportive narrative. So I need you to listen and hear me really good when I say you are worthy and you have the power to write your own story. You see, by understanding and accepting ourselves, we open the door to new possibilities. When you embrace who you are today, you give yourself permission to dream about who you can become tomorrow. And for that, I just say truly, truly amazing. Amazing. It was when I was thinking through this, I was like, you know what? This is so good. It was really good for me, like all over again. And so I hope that is good for you. I hope that, you're really recognizing all the keys, all of the moments that you can capture in this podcast. So the second one that I want to mention is this idea of setting intentions for your journey. Now, I've talked about being intentional. I don't know how many times. I mean, everywhere I go, I talk about how we have to be intentional, but we have to set those intentions every day. And knowing that setting intentions is a powerful practice that can shape your path forward. It's when really get clear, and you're by clearly defining what you hope to achieve during that new chapter. So I talked about how beforehand, before I started this whole journey and idea of becoming, I had to get clear. I had to define what that looked like, so that when those moments came in, and when those moments and those experiences that I had, I could recognize this thing and say, you know what, Jaresha, you are like, this does not line up with your becoming her blueprint. This does not line up. So if it doesn't line up, then you need to be responding different. You see, again, when we are clear and we define what we hope to achieve during the new chapter, you equip yourself with that sense of direction and purpose. And so intentions are not just goals, they are affirmations of who you want to be and how you wish to grow. And so I need you to hear me when I say intentions shape our reality. They are the seeds of our future. So take the time to reflect on what you truly desire. Write down your intentions and revisit them regularly to stay aligned with your journey. The clarity gained through this practice is going to propel you towards becoming the woman, the man that you aspire to be. So the third and final idea, a point that I want to bring forth is this idea of surrounding yourself with a supportive community. Now, we say this, I've said it several times. You may have even said it as well, but understand that your journey is never has never been meant to be taken alone. Surrounding yourself with a supportive community can really provide that encouragement and accountability, and it's going to provide those connections that you need as you navigate this transformative chapter. So we have to really be seeking. And a lot of us think we don't need to seek. We think we need to sit still and wait for somebody to show up at our front door. No, absolutely not. And I'm going to tell you this because I really feel like, and this is a whole nother thing, it's a whole nother talk, it's a whole nother pod. But I feel like in doing so, I feel like there is a lot of messaging that goes out that tells us to just wait and things are going to happen for you. That if we just sit around and pray for something, things are going to just show up magically at our doorstep. And let me be the first to tell you that I am a firm believer that prayer is powerful, but I also am a firm believer of doing the work and knowing when we have to seek. And so, as I say, seek out relationships that's going to uplift you, challenge you to grow, and celebrate your achievements. The communities that I'm a part of, understand the information it wasn't brought to my front door, but it was a connection that was made because I made a decision to go out and start looking for connections. And because I made that decision, I got connected to some amazing communities. Some amazing communities. So hear me when I tell you, the people you surround yourself with either inspire you to fly or keep you grounded. And I don't know about you, but I really think we have to choose wisely. Choose wisely. Because when we build a network of like minded individuals, you create an environment where you can thrive, where you can share experiences, and you can learn from one another. So please understand and hear me when I tell you, do not think you are supposed to do this alone. If you're an entrepreneur listening right now and you feel like you are wearing every single hat of your business, understand that it has never been meant for you to wear every single hat of your business. You are not alone on this journey. There is always strength in unity. So we have to be willing to embrace that. And I'm embracing that as I walk into this new chapter of becoming her. So as I, wrap this episode up, I really just want to remind you that embracing a new chapter of becoming is not just about the changes that you see on the surface. It's an internal journey filled with self-acceptance, intentionality, and the strength of community. Every single morning brings a fresh opportunity to step into your greatness. You have to be willing to embrace the unfolding possibilities that lie ahead of you because you are capable of achieving your dreams and becoming the person you've always envisioned. So I need you right now to take a deep breath and commit to your growth and stand tall in your truth. Understand that the journey of becoming is uniquely yours. So embrace it with open arms and an open heart. Let today be the day you start rewriting your story, one empowering decision at a time. I believe you've got this, but you have to believe you've got this. So I hope you're ready. I hope you are ready to embrace this new chapter of becoming her or becoming him. I know I am absolutely ready. I am on fire. I am excited. And I tell you, before I end this show, understand that I have so many different things that I'm working on, y'all. I'm working on some things that I'm super excited to bring to this show to really invite you into this whole new world of what this whole becoming thing. And so that's coming forth, but I hope that you're ready. I hope you are ready to execute on your goals, your dreams, and walking into your purpose. I hope that you're ready. I hope that today, this episode really calls you to get flustered. It calls you to be kind of shook up a little bit. It calls you to reflect and think. I hope you are ready to execute on your goals, your dreams, and walking into your purpose. I hope you are ready to embrace this new chapter of becoming. Let's get it. Let's go.
Thank you for listening to the Mornings with Jaresha show. Follow me on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube at Jaresha Moore. Email Jaresha at empoweredonpurpose.com and text 937-938-6373. And have a great day on purpose.